Yesterday, the markets were dropping because the Federal Reserve announced a 50 basis point rate cut. Today, the markets are thriving because the Federal Reserve announced a 50-point rate cut. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions, and yes, this is exactly what we were talking about. In yesterday's video, when we talked about that, well, why was the market selling off? I wasn't convinced that it was going to actively sell off for the remainder of the week or the remainder of the month. The reason why, and this is why I said exactly what I said, is a few hours of trading does not define the true market direction of what the market is going to make of a rate cut. It could be just a lot of sellers maybe at that given period. The market's been so iffy lately, right? So I walked away with over $8,000 in the green yesterday. If you tuned on into the FOMC meeting, you would have seen me actively trade nvda as the market was reacting to the news. I mean, we killed it, right? We shorted it as it sold off. We made a ton of money. But as the market became very oversold, I did what anyone would do that could tolerate it. I bought into the dip. This morning, I had a really nice surprise of waking up 3.2% in the green. I took profits right away during that pre-market session, and then it continued to run up. During today's live trading session with my LPP team, a quick little plug, it's the second link in the description down below if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. But during today's live trading session, I actively shorted nvda as it retraced its way down to the moving average, just like I'm doing right now. And guess what? I'm up $8,000 on the day already. It's 9 o'clock in the morning here in Arizona, and we're just getting started. Now, the market is bullish as of right now. I'm very excited to see how the market actually ends. Please remind yourself that you are not owed anything. The market doesn't have to go up. The market doesn't have to go down. I'm taking the market day by day. The one thing that I want to share with you is, was what was reported yesterday bad news? No, it was good news. We cut interest rates more than what was expected, right? 50 basis points. That should make it less expensive for businesses and people like you and I to borrow money. And technically speaking, once that is done, yes, because it's less expensive to borrow money, it should be more likely that people are going to spend more money. So therefore, boosting our economy. Markets should naturally go up when that report initially is released. Now, is that how the market's going to digest it in the weeks that follow? No, not necessarily. We don't know. But if we look at the 4-hour time frame, this is one thing that I wanted to point out for you guys very quickly. Are we oversold? Is the market cheap right now? Heck no, right? We're approaching previous highs. If you look at QQQ, if you look at the S&P 500, we are at overbought levels. Now, is this good enough news that it could send the market to break above that resistance and continue to uptrend? Yes, but we do not have that confirmation yet. And that is why I am being cautious as of right now. Now, does this mean that the market has to fully get rejected because it got rejected before at the same previous resistance? No, but it's a reason that if you are a bull to pay attention to this level, because if we do get rejected and you buy up here, you're buying at one of the highest levels that if it ends up selling back down to $4.50 per share for QQQ, for the NASDAQ market, then again, you are buying at extremely overbought levels and you are just doing yourself a disservice by entering a position before confirmation. So I wanted you to understand, again, one day or even today does not define that, okay, markets are going up for sure. We do not know that. As of right now, I think it'd be very smart to take it day by day. Are we going to break above this resistance? And if we do and begin to show signs of progress that, okay, market sentiment is shifting, market sentiment is bullish. Now, at that point, I would be a little bit more comfortable taking a long position. But if we begin to see that we're struggling, kind of like how we have been the past few days, I'm not too sure if you guys have been feeling or seeing the same thing that I have. Market hasn't been incredibly bullish. Market sentiment has not been incredibly bullish. So if that continues, then we cannot be surprised if we do possibly get rejected. We simply do not know. It's too early to tell. You could try to jump the gun, get in before confirmation, and just hope that you are right. Or if you are someone that tends to overtrade, as I have in the past before, maybe it's not the worst idea to take it day by day, and before you enter one of those heavy swing trade positions, You wait for direction to be more clear. Allow the market to paint its picture for it to tell you which way it's going to flow. Is it going to be for the bulls or is it going to be for the bears? Only time will tell, and there's no reason, in my opinion, to rush into it. But I wanted to make sure that, yes, markets are going up today, and yes, markets were going down today, and it was all because of the same news. I know this is very confusing for maybe some of our beginner traders, but if you have experience in this market, and by experience, I don't mean that you know it all, but that you've experienced this before, where one day when the report comes out, it's one way, and then the following day, it completely shifts. This should not be a surprise. The market's extremely volatile, and if you don't like this volatility, then it's also not wrong for you to want to stay cash and maybe just stay out of any active position while the market tries to decide if it's going to continue to go up, to go back to previous highs, or ultimately end up getting rejected at this level and returning back to previous lows. Nonetheless, there's a lot of money to be made as long as we focus on one thing, and that is market direction. I'll make sure that I keep you guys up to date. Make sure you drop a thumbs up and subscribe for updates. And do not forget, whenever you're ready to tune on into our live trading session, that's that second link in the description down below. And I'll see you tomorrow at Market Open for our live session. Take care, team.